That's that for that, dude. Okay, what are we talking about now?
Next, we got, by the way, we're streaming live on the Patreon. Come on down.
Come on down.
We got the Mexican boat crashing into the BK Bridge.
Okay, listen, when I first saw the video for this, I thought this was like AI racism.
Yeah.
Because you know they do that now, right? Because the boat was just so ostentatious. And it had like a gigantic Mexican flag, and then it had like another small Mexican flag, and I was like, okay, this is AI.
Dude,
I was waiting for like George Floyd to be the captain or something. You know what I mean?
Dude, when the boat crashed, there was a sound. It was just.
And I heard like the Mexican music sounds coming from it too.
Wait, hold on. Before we even go, riff off. 2 people died. Very sad.
20 people injured.
20 people injured. Very sad. Not cool. But this.
The Brooklyn Bridge. Completely unscathed. So that's a W for America.
That's W for old white dudes who were like,
Yeah.
those guys who were dangling their feet, eating lunch.
Exactly.
Those guys were geniuses, okay? Meanwhile, Mexico.
Those guys couldn't read.
But they could make a bridge, buddy. Mexican boat got.
Those guys were the Mexicans of their time.
Yeah.
Just to clear, like, who's some expendable people who will eat lunch dangling their feet 9,000 feet in the air with an almost certain death?
One of those guys got thrown off, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, it was like but the idea is like, it's just a bad look, a sad look for Mexico. It is. Like, because their boat got rocked.
Yeah.
You know, by we didn't do nothing. That is a metaphor for American policy towards Mexico. It's like, nothing's happening to us.
Yeah.
You're just getting rocked every 5 minutes. Drug dealers and shit's just going crazy in your place, and everything's going crazy, and we're sorry, you know?
I mean, first of all, I'm just happy that Mexicans might possibly be drawing heat away from Indians right now in terms of the racism.
Sure.
That's one thing.
I mean, Indians still get it pretty rough.
Yeah, we're going to, but let's just hope that this, you know.
You know what's helping Mexicans too is SNL. Because now you got Marcelo, you got Bad Bunny on there every 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, there's like Spanish language sketches. So I think they're doing.
I think Mexicans are slowly being, because of Indians, actually.
Yeah.
Right? Mexicans are now becoming legitimated to white supremacists.
Yeah.
Too, where they're like, okay, Mexicans are actually fine.
Yes.
It's the Indians.
Yes.
The computer Mexicans.
That's the thing is like so many white people have had their lawns mowed well.
I know.
You know, they're like, man, that one's good.
That
for years.
They just have to, and then the food.
Food's amazing.
Right? Like, what are neo-Nazis? They're getting down on some burritos. You know? What are they eating? Funyuns from the bus station fucking, vending machine? Like,
Funyuns
no.
probably some Aztec good that
Yeah,
they,
exactly.
fried onions. That
Exactly.
To please the feather gods or whatever. But you're right. The Mexicans are pretty assimilated. But here's the thing Mexicans got to give them the love is that they've been head down, ass up.
Exactly.
Working hard.
Yeah, I had to say ass up. Heads down was like, yes. Inspiring Mexican story of hard work.
Ass up on the roof where they were shingling really well. But they've been just working and not creating any trouble for real,
Yeah.
on a mass level. They don't comment on videos.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't DM girls.
They don't
weird
DM
stuff.
girls.
They just watch the craziest porn on planet Earth and they're happy.
Yeah.
They're good. It's very localized. You've seen if you work in a kitchen. Hey, puppy, come here. And then it's the most depraved thing on Earth. But they are kind of like very, very localized and they kind of stay locked in. So now white people have rewarded them kind of with like a nice little platinum race.
Yeah, I think they generally like. Plus, you got that whole genre of Mexicans who are really into like goth music.
Yeah.
You know, they're like emo Mexicans who are like really into Morrissey and stuff. Yeah. Like they found their way into.
Dude, that's so true.
You know.
Mexicans are so locked in; they have their own subculture now.
Yeah.
They have subcultures. There's a Mexican goth. There's the Mexican kind of MAGA guy. There's the Mexican mullet dude.
Yes.
All of Ralph Barbosa's fans are like
Mexican
Mexican
blacks.
mullet. Mexican blacks. You know. So they're in, but this Navy thing, I think it was just like really bad. Man, like there was like a current that was apparently pulling it back.
I think it was that because they had lost power. There was a
Lost
mechanical
power.
failure, and then the current they couldn't somehow escape it, and then they just fucking.
And
went
then
into it.
the ship just broke apart.
Yeah.
I thought y'all were great at woodworking. Man, what
I don't know
happened?
if that's their thing.
No?
Never really heard much about Mexican seafaring.
I mean, I'm not saying they were good at seafaring. I'm saying like the actual stuff they make is pretty durable. You know? The roofing.
The people are.
Yeah, I guess.
You know?
What? Dude, it just feels like America didn't try to win, and now there's like an extra little American thing like, yeah, our bridges are more badass than your...
Yeah, except for the one that took an L last year in Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
remember?
That was an American-made ship, though.
It was American-made, and it was piloted by...
Oh, God.
whites, but there was an Indian crew.
Oh yeah,
Indian crew who was almost helped to save it.
Right.
Remember?
They were the ones.
They were the ones who
heroes.
helped save the lives. They were the heroes.
And you know what? The way they jumped out of that story so quick. Oh, Indians helped
know.
anybody? Okay, bye.
I know.
Anyway, what's for dinner?
I know.
What's for dinner? I just feel like it's, first of all, sad condolences to the people who died. They were, that's really bad. I don't know how that happened. I guess some shit just, maybe some shit fell down or like there was a lot of injuries. But I just feel like it's just like I feel like people were just happy to say Mexican boat,
I know they were.
Something about that felt wrong to me. Mexican boat crash sounds
Mexican
like a...
I know. Yeah, I'd never even heard of a Mexican boat
right,
per se.
Mexican boat. The engine just goes on for longer. It just keeps working.
It just never
stops.
working.
The engine never stops running. It just felt wrong. The title felt wrong. Mexican boat gets rocked by Brooklyn. It just felt bad. I felt I didn't feel right like reading it. Because Mexicans.
Well, how about did you see the videos?
What of the actual boat?
Yeah,
it crashes.
It's pretty insane.
I mean, the thing blows up.
You're just watching it happen too, and it looks like such a festive boat as well. That I'm just like. I was like, this is why I thought this is AI racism, It's like a white supremacist, like, this is the metaphor for all the Mexicans coming in. They just crash in with their big flag and...
It is so... And then the ChatGPT title, Mexican boat, gets rocked. It all seemed very fake.
I was waiting for the boat to come apart and candy was going to fall out. You're like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought it was that kind of AI racism happening.
There's the Santa Maria and the Piñata.
The Piñata.
The Pinta, the Piñata, and the Santa Maria. These are three boats that Columbus drew.